Have you ever found yourself repeating the same cycles of behavior? Maybe it's attracting the same sort of type of relationships, dealing with similar health challenges, attracting critical people into your life, maybe your boss or your colleagues. So, if you notice any of these recurring patterns, there is a reason. These experiences keep repeating yourself because of unhealed emotions that linger beneath the surface. And once you heal these emotions that are literally controlling your life, you will stop running your life on autopilot and begin creating a life that is in alignment with your true values and desires. So, in this video, we're going to be using a very practical example on how to heal those emotional triggers and set yourself free. So, firstly, for this kind of process, you really need space and time, especially if you've never done it before. It's not something you can just do in the middle of a workday or during conversation with friends or while being surrounded by friends and family, at least not in the beginning. So, the best approach is to set aside a little bit of time, well, as much as possible, to be honest. However, let's say if the trigger happens when you're by yourself, maybe you receive an email, that's the perfect time to actually implement this. And instead of distracting yourself from this emotional trigger, pushing it away, that's when you do it. Alternatively, let's say if something upsets you early in a day and it's still that feeling, it still lingers, then take time later on to sit with it or to do this process. So best to do it is when that emotion feels still raw and fresh. Now here's a scenario. Imagine you receive an email from your boss with a feedback that feels harsh. Immediately you feel that frustration and anger come up. Maybe it's that fear of rejection or inadequacy. And in the past, you would have sent that emotional reply instantly. You would have stewed in it for hours or complained to your friends, blamed your boss, maybe even gone as far as resigning. But now that you're going to be knowing that you know this process, that you are on this healing journey, you're going to choose differently. You're going to choose to pause and sit with that anger. You take a deep breath and you allow yourself to feel the discomfort of the emotion. You bring attention to your body. Where do you feel this emotion? Maybe there is like a burning sensation in your chest or a stomach or like tightness in your throat. Maybe it's a racing heartbeat. It's going to be different for each of you, but whatever it is, you just simply observe it. You sit with it. You don't try to change it. You just allow it. You allow it. So, what exactly is happening in this moment? Well, what's happening is that energy is moving through your body. It's not dangerous, it's uncomfortable. Remember, emotion is energy in motion. So at the same time, you will probably noticing your mind racing, blaming, judgments, old stories looping and repeat, the past memories. But here's the thing, those thoughts are irrelevant. It's just your nervous system reacting. It's just those old beliefs and patterns are playing out over and over and over. So to the best of your ability, keep on letting go of these thoughts and bringing focus back into your body, focusing on that sensation. Stay with the feeling because that's where true feeling begins, healing rather. You've got to heal to feel. By sitting with these emotions, you begin to realize that emotion is not even about that email or the conversation of the person. It's connected to a deeper feeling of insecurity, of fear of failure, of whatever it is that you've been carrying from your past experiences. And luckily, this is not the first time you've experienced it. Perhaps you felt it before. The emotion was triggered by your partner, by your parents, by your friend, by a teacher when you were young, because we all carry wounds from our past experiences, many of which have formed by age around about 7. So think of like each criticism, each hurtful remark is a paper cut. Every painful experience creates a paper cut. And if you, let's say, grew up with critical parents, you may have collected a lot of these paper cuts over the years. And these past wounds, they don't just disappear. They don't just stay in the past. They're literally running your life. They dictate how you react, how you act, what decisions you make. They fuel your insecurities, your anger, often without you realizing it. So when something upsets you, when someone criticizes you, your reaction isn't about what's happening in the moment. It's also about all of the previous times that you felt this way before. That's why your emotions, that anger, frustration, fear can feel so intense because you're not just reacting to the now, you're reacting to everything that came before now. And understanding this helps you to recognize that your reactivity isn't just about the present moment. It's tied to the old, unhealed emotional pain that you've been carrying with you for so many years. So now instead of blaming your boss or the situation, you recognize that this emotion is just a signal. It's an opportunity to heal that old wound, to break free from that cycle of emotional reactivity, so that next time you receive a similar email or face similar situation, it doesn't control you. You read it, you assess it, you decide whether the feedback is valid, whether it resonates with you without that emotional charge. If there is truth to it, you acknowledge it, you see it as a learning experience, something that you can improve, not something you allow to crush you or to upset you or take it personally. It doesn't rock you, it doesn't derail you. You own it, you grow, you move forward, completely free of this emotional charge that would have held you back or crushed you even in the past. So when you allow the emotion to move through you, because remember again, emotion is energy in motion. When you give it space, when you feel it without judgment, when you stop trying to push it away, you begin to release it. You begin to heal it for good. And this release often happens through the tears. So don't hold yourself back. If you want to cry, cry it out. It's good for you. It may also come as a yawn, just another way of the body, like moving the energy. Now, once this emotional trigger subsides, maybe the burn, in your chest or the stomach, once you feel lighter, once you feel clearer, then you go and you respond to the email, but not from the place of defensiveness and self doubt or fear, whatever, but with a calm confidence, using that feedback as an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. That's how true healing happens, by allowing yourself to feel, by listening to what this emotion is telling you, by using this emotion as a path to your freedom instead of a cycle of reactivity. So happy feeling and happy healing. And if you need help and support on this journey, just reach out, because all you need sometimes is a safe space, someone who's been through it and understands what to expect. And believe me, I felt a lot of my emotions after going through probably most challenging time a few years ago. This was exact process that I was going through and I'm still going through, to heal from people pleasing, expectations, needing to control, and so much more. You really don't need to do it alone. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.